Kitty's been fed. I got some more coffee. And let's play Tangle Tower, which seems to be, I don't know if it's a sequel or something, but we play the Detective Grimoire, and I think it's the same character. And I kind of like that game. It was nice and chill, so why not play Tangle Tower? Whoops, I need to change the capturing. Let me see here. Capture Tangle Tower. And it captures. Yoo-hoo. Yes, it's capturing. Good. Thank you, Braxton. And Draconic Dude, hello. So let's play Tangle Tower. Create a new file. Tangle Tower. Mid-afternoon. Let me know about the audio.
It's a bird bath. Is that just rainwater? Looks a little weird.
Thank you, Braxton.
The birds seem to like it.
I kind of like these kind of games. They're nice and chill after being frustrated with the other game and the puzzles.
They're even singing a little tune. Toot, 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 toot.
Please don't do that.
Thank you. And the game just changes,
I tied the boat up to the mooring post, so it'll stay put. For now. Probably.
Loving the confidence. The ground's moist, but it's not muddy. Wonder how often it rains here.
I cannot believe how exciting this murder investigation is already.
Yo, villainy, welcome. Welcome, pal kid. And shut on. How are you guys doing? How was your, what was it you were playing? You were playing the, Orion Mystery, right? Mr. Sponge. Or Max Sponge, welcome. Thank you so much. We're playing, Tangle Tower, which is a continuation or a prequel to Detective Grimoire. A low-key, down-to-earth puzzle game. The Orion Conspiracy. I was right. I've seen a bit of it. I can't remember who else played it some time ago. But how was it? Tell me. Oh. The most painful murder mystery in space. Totally moon logic. It's a game that exists. So, okay. It's a game that exists. So, you don't recommend it. Is that what you're saying? Corridor Wandering Simulator 1995? Oh, okay. So here we can do something. Great! It reset all my settings. Perfect game. Just great. Player direction hadn't been invented in 1995. Oh, no. I'm not particularly enjoying it. The story's kind of interesting. That's the sad part about, like, point-and-click games, right? Either you love the story and the either you love it or you just and it destroys the enjoy of playing it. Like there are a few games that I really love the story. The story is great, but the puzzle implementation, the deaths or the moon logic, it doesn't make any sense. Thank you, Max Boot, for the follow. Okay, so what is this? So this is the map. Okay. And this is Freya. How do I know? But if you don't know Villainy, go follow her. And Palkit, thank you for the follow. And sorry for the double alerts, but I'm alpha testing a web bot. So that's why you get sometimes duplicate messages. But if you don't know Villainy, go follow her. She plays a lot of retro games, newer games. She does demo. What was the demo thing you did a few days ago? Was it X Games? I can't remember. Where she plays a different demo games, new upcoming games and stuff. So go follow her. Need to go to bed? No. Have a good night, Max Booch, and sleep well. And Villainy is a big Monkey Island fan. She has like Murray and Grog Roulette. So yeah, a goose sometimes. I know. Did you tease her with the goose today? Well, didn't you do something? You did something demo thing a few months back, didn't you? Or not demo games, but you did like a game jam. I can't remember which game jam it was, but you did a game jam play of different games. Of course you have. So, do I just click on the map and go to the crime scene, or? Okay. I do game jam, yeah. Couple of keymailer things recently. What do we got here? Okay. Doesn't seem like it can be solved there. Okay. Harp statue, an old weathered statue, an amphibious creature holding a large harp. Symbols are engraved on each of the harp 4-column segments. Oh, sorry. You're right. Pardon. There we go. Thank you.
It's an egg.
It's just the music was a bit overwhelming when you came in, so that's why I disabled it. Thank you for pointing it out.
It's a bandstand.
Bit small for a bandstand.
It's a one-man bandstand.
It's a path through the garden. Leads up to the house, I assume. And it's full of the same weird water that was in the lake.
Any fish in there?
Not a single one. Although there is something in there.
It's a cassette tape. Or it used to be.
The cassette tape has been damaged by water. The ink on the label is blurred and illegible. Oh, okay, so we can zoom in on stuff. Neat. Why do you hate cassettes, Braxton?
What animal is that?
Hawk, bear, lizard.
Right, of course, a hawk bear lizard.
Spooky. What do you think it's for?
I think it's to scare away detectives.
Is it working?
No.
Okay.
It's quiet.
Mm-hmm.
You're supposed to say, too quiet?
Those things. They're difficult to find your favorite songs on. True. Fast forward and
It's not.
rewind,
It's an
and
appropriate amount of quiet.
if the cassette got stuck in the cassette player, you had to use untangle the ribbon and sit with a pencil, and
The pond has little stone feet.
Aww.
Seems a bit superfluous.
You're superfluous.
What did he say?
What animal?
Hawk.
Right, a hawk bear lizard.
Hawk bear lizard.
I'm still not
Should
sure.
we take another look?
Okay.
Let's come back later.
So let's go to the gardens. I need to jump and remove makeup, etc. Thank you so much for the raid, and have a great evening, night. I won't say good night because I don't know if you're off to bed, but have a great evening.
Oh.
What?
Oh. There's an O on the floor.
Oh.
Oh yeah. Tangle Tower.
Twar. Oh.
What?
Oh.
Oh yeah. Tangle.
Twar.
Okay, I thought you could pick it up.
Little bird feeders.
How do you know they're for birds? Is that an envelope?
Oh, it
It's
is.
been opened, but the letter's still in there. Let's read it.
Isn't that an invasion of someone's privacy?
No, definitely.
The envelope has been ripped open. There's a single piece of paper inside. The combination is stronger than the other sheet. Once you have it memorized, destroy it. I do not agree with your reason. You will not find it down there. Okay. Okay.
Do you think he'll start to move if we try to go inside?
No, I think he'll just silently judge us. Should we ring the doorbell?
Why would we not? It's a little melody. Don't think it's locked.
Oh, that means we can just walk straight in, right?
I'm pretty sure that's the rule, yeah.
As touchy as early CDs were, I instantly love CDs and abandoned cassettes immediately. Yeah. I think I did somewhat of the same. But then again, CDs back then were really expensive once they get, like, for public use, right?
Do you think he'll start to move if we try to...
No, I think he'll just...
So do we go here? Let's
Let's
go.
head to the crime scene first.
Yeah.
It's at the top of the West Tower, I think.
Okay. Grand Hall.
Sally, check those plants for clues.
Is soil a clue?
Sally, check those plants.
Is soil a clue?
There's
This
a
one
P.
has a big P.
A big P.
That's probably important.
How very perceptive of you.
There's an F.
A big letter F.
Of course.
Sure.
Who doesn't hang a giant banner of their initial in the lobby of their mansion?
What is that?
I think it's a family tree.
Lord Fellow. Lady Fellow.
Felix Fellow. Looks like he married his way into the Remington family.
Do you think he still lives here?
Fiona Fellow. Dead center. She must be important.
She's half Fellow and half Remington.
Do you think she still lives here?
Okay. Guess we'll look at this later.
A door.
Oh, what's behind it?
A room.
Wow, she's cocky. Holy moly.
Let's head to the crime scene first. It's at the top of the West Tower, I think.
Hey. Laura's Tower.
Let's take a look at that painting first. There it is. The unfinished portrait of Flora Fellow.
So, what? Freya was killed halfway through painting it?
Looks that way.
Freya was unable to finish the painting as she died sometime during the process. Flora appears to be wielding a knife. The red substance on the tip was discovered to be blood.
I wonder if all of Freya's paintings are this creepy. Maybe it's just because she never got to finish it.
There's something wrong with the crime scene. And something really weird about the murder weapon.
We didn't find a murder weapon.
Flora's portrait is holding a knife up with blood.
Flora's portrait is holding a knife tipped with blood because Freya put it there. Almost. Maybe just change one thing.
Because Freya stabbed.
Flora's portrait is holding a knife tipped with blood because it stabbed Freya.
What?
Weird, huh?
Vinyl
You
or
think
CD?
Freya was stabbed?
I
by
feel
a painting?
vinyls are
Not by the
fragile.
woman from the painting. but by
Like
the
you have to have
painting
you have to have it decent stapled. You have
Freya
to
was
have it.
standing right up by the canvas when she was killed. There's blood
You
on
have
the
to
knife.
take really care of
It's
the
the murder
pickup, the vinyl,
Right. But
dust,
it's not actually a knife.
and it.
It can't stab.
See
And you
any
need a
other
proper
knives
way
around
to
here?
store it. It's a big medium.
Case closed.
The case is not closed. And even if you were right, where does that leave us? A painting can't be a murder suspect.
Tangle Tower. An unfinished painting.
Supposedly, Freya was working on the painting when she was killed. Looks like she was still holding her paintbrush and palette when she fell.
Didn't even get a chance to clean her brush.
The largest palette has a variety of paints loaded onto it. The largest is a block of black in the middle. The paintbrush is still covered with bright red paint.
Supposedly, Freya was working on the painting when she was killed. Looks like she was still holding...
Didn't even get a chance to clean her brush.
Why are you giving me this? Here.
Freya's painting supplies.
Small glass pots of red, yellow, blue, black, and white paint. The glass pots are all cracked down on one side.
Freya's painting supplies.
You don't have to show me twice. Vinyl is what I grew up with, and I agree. They did somewhat of the same thing. What I liked about the vinyls that you had the lyrics, you had pictures from their live shows, or pictures from their studio, or and stuff like that. And they did somewhat with the CDs back then, when CDs was released, that you can find a booklet with the lyrics, but then it just turned downwards, right? Then you just got the CD with just the cover of some weird picture because they thought that would be cool, and no leaflets or booklet or anything. Yeah, they did in the beginning, but as the years passed, I thought that they didn't really care about the CDs anymore. Like, they didn't put in the lyrics, they didn't put in the pictures. It was just a piece of blank paper, right? I agree. My dad had a huge vinyl collection with classical music, jazz. He was like everything.
Is that an egg?
Fabergé?
An egg with bird feet.
It's also covered in gemstones. What a completely ordinary object.
I think it's a container for something.
Okay.
Those gems look like they come off.
Swap position of the gems. Rotate the egg to see the clue on the back. Then we have... So this, I guess, would be this part here, right? This goes here. Right? This one here, this one here. So these two would be this. So a purple and a blue. Right, purple and a blue. Purple and a blue, and a green and a red. What else can we do? Then we have this here. That would be this one here, right? So that would be a purple gemstone. And a yellow one. And we have this weird shape here. So we got this, we made this. No. This here. Oh, I see. This one goes here, so that would be red and... This one here is the purple and blue. Then we got this weird square. That must be this one, right? This is the green one. What are we missing? And we got this long way here with 2 diamonds. Which one am I missing? Got this one here, right? Got this one. Then we got the... Got this one here. We got this one here. With the 2 diamonds connecting. We got the red and the green. Then we got the blue with the purple. That's that one. Then we got this one with the... See this weird square here, so that would be this one, connecting this with the green. Right? Yeah. And we got the yellow with the... That would be this one, right? Then we got the blue with the... Where's that? That would be this one. The shape here. Red and blue. Then we got the... This one. That was this one. So this one goes to the red one. And the shape. The shape fits, right? There we go. Because this has the short end with the green that has the long end, right? So... and these two, I presume, doesn't really make any difference. This one is connected to that one. Then we have the blue and the purple one. That is on the short end. Yeah. Then we got this shape here that I believe connects with the green one. You got this. So that would be the green here. Then we got the blue and the purple. That would seem to fit, because that has the long end here. No! Is it a matter that I swap all the... so it has to be opposite? Swap the positions of the gem. Rotate the egg to see a clue on the back. So if we start from the beginning, red here, that has the short end and the long goes to the green. So this has the short end, goes into the green. Then we got the two, these two, which is here. So I presume that doesn't really makes any difference on which of the gems are in that position. The green is here, the blue and the purple, which is this one. Purple has the short end, and the blue has the long end. So that should be okay. The green here should connect with the... I think it's the yellow one. So this is this one, right? So you cross here. Oh. Then we got this here, this shape with the purple. It should be... what? This one here. Yeah, purple with the yellow. Then we got the red with the blue. That would be this one. Here. Right? What am I missing? Hmm. So this path here fits with this one. Short and long end. And we got this here. Goes all the way here. The green one fits with this one. The blue and the purple is this one. Right? This one fits with this one. This goes here. This one fits with this one. Then this fits with that one. That should be here. Red with the blue. Red with the blue. So what am I doing wrong?
It's some kind of clue about where to put the gemstones.
Yeah, I know. This has to be the one. I sense that this is the problem down here. The problem is here with this shape here. With this square here. Because I'm pretty confident that this is the right position. These two are right, these two are right, these two are right, and these two are right. So it's just a question of... What is it that I'm not seeing? these two here are these two. This one here goes to that one, which is this one. Right? This goes here. Purple goes to the blue. The red goes with the green. These two goes here. Right? Long one here. So the purple here goes all the way here. Unless I'm not getting the puzzle right, or I'm... Does anyone have an idea? Or a different approach to the puzzle than I have? Or is it a matter of swapping in? So this goes here. That goes there. This one goes here. That one goes there, and this one goes here? No. Val would know. Hey, cutie. Hey, kissy. Oh, you're in the wrong chat? That was meant to be on my work PC keyboard. Oh! I've been lurking watching. That's okay. I once managed to lock myself out of my work PC because I tried to use... I'm working from home from time to time, and I have a KVM switch. So I just have one keyboard and one monitor and one mouse. And one day I was sitting at my work PC, trying to log in, thought it was my workstation at home, or my desktop PC. So I managed to lock myself out of my work account because I tried to use my personal private password. So, yeah. Braxton, you've played Myst. What do you see that I'm not seeing? Me? Yes, you. You've played Myst. Let's try to get a hint.
Nope.
Did you check the clue on the back of the egg? I'm pretty sure it explains where to put each of the gemstones.
I guess that's wrong.
What's the deal with those lines between the gems? Must mean something.
What, so I have to click on this?
Nothing.
Each line connects. They're just
You-
rearranged.
Piece of game.
Nothing.
Each line connects. The exact same pairs are represented in the clue on the back.
Yeah.
They're just rearranged and rotated.
I know.
Nothing.
Each line connects 2 slots, forming pairs.
Hmm?
The exact same pairs are represented in the clue. They're just rearranged and rotated.
They're saying I have to match them in pairs. But how does that work with this and this? How can I make them match? Because the lines doesn't cross.
Nothing.
Each line connects 2 slots, forming pairs. The exact same pairs are represented in the clue on the back. They're just rearranged and rotated.
So my assumption is correct.
That's the one.
There we go.
Hey, not bad.
I had to click on it in order for it to open. So I had to click on the key slot in order to open the egg. I thought it would just do it automatically.
Did it unlock? What's in there?
Nothing.
Nothing?
Nothing.
Well, I'm not leaving without a clue. An empty egg is a clue, right?
Once unlocked, the egg can be opened. It's currently empty. The lining of the egg is soft, velvet-like material. The egg is supported by a stand made of brass. It rests on 3 strange feet with pointed claws. So the trick was that I had to click on the key lock in order for it to open.
A bunch of old books. Covered in dust now, but they look well read.
That's the only door in and out of the room.
It's also on the floor.
Sure is. Guessing it's not supposed to be down there.
Way to go, Sherlock.
The outline of Freya Fellow. Looks like she fell onto her back. There's a single patch of blood, right in the middle. No real signs of a struggle.
That's weird.
What?
Her feet were right up by the canvas,
So?
so she was probably standing really close to the canvas when she fell.
Let's check the case file again.
Died whilst turning... Huh? Or was present as she was posing for a portrait. Freya Fellow was found lying on her back with a single stab wound on her chest. Okay, so it doesn't really ticker anything when I click on it. Just... Okay. No weapon was found at the scene, but the subject of Freya's unfinished painting is holding a knife. The red color on the tip on the knife is not paint, it was discovered to be blood. Let's talk to,
Half the room is a big open window.
I don't know if you can call it an open window. It's more like the sudden absence of wall.
Flora Fellow?
Hey, sorry to barge in. I'm sure you're still in some distress.
We need to ask you a few questions, I'm afraid.
Did you witness the murder, Flora?
Nothing. What do we do?
Not sure. She's entitled to her silence, I suppose.
For now. Flora Fellow?
Hey, sorry, I'm sure you're still.
We need to ask
Did you witness the murder?
Nothing. What do we do?
Not sure. She's entitled to her.
For now.
We click here?
Is there anything you'd like to tell us, Flora? I don't really know anything about you at all.
I think that's the way she likes it. We'll just have to ask other people about her.
Yeah, okay.
Yesterday.
Freya was painting your portrait yesterday. Is that right?
Was this something you had planned with her ahead of time?
Was there something special about yesterday?
Did you talk to Freya at all while she was painting you?
She's not going to answer us, is she?
Nope. But at least we can say we tried.
Statement.
Flora, you were definitely in the room at the time of the murder. Surely you must have seen something? Can you tell me anything about what happened to Freya? She's acting pretty suspicious if you ask me.
I don't know. Maybe she really doesn't know anything.
How is that possible?
Okay.
Were you close with Freya? How are you two related? Did you kill Freya?
Grimoire!
What? I don't even think she's listening.
Oh, she's listening.
Flora, this is your egg? Why do you keep it locked?
Is there supposed to be something in there? Or is it always empty?
Freya's Russian palette. Okay. Painted portrait.
Did you ask Freya to paint this? Or was it her idea?
What is that you're holding in the painting, Flora? Some people have been saying it's a knife.
Freya's paint. Open letter. Damaged tape. Harp statue. Okay.
Anything we should know? Any hobbies? Besides staring out the window?
Let's go back and see her.
It's so dark back there.
Somehow the sunlight doesn't seem to be making it very far into the room. Is that a gramophone?
I think so. Except it's got a tape deck instead of a turntable.
It's also got a big crack down the middle.
It plays cassette tapes instead of vinyl records. It's pointed towards the middle of the room. There's noticeable crack running through it all the way from the horn down through the tape deck. Can I...
What about the cassette tape?
Yeah, it sure is. Pink.
This cassette has a crack down the middle. There's a handwritten message to Freya.
Do you think it still works?
The gramophone? We could give it a go.
Try it.
It's piano music.
And then this is in it. Okay. Let's listen to it. Just wanted to hear if there was a hidden message so it can play backwards. Okay. Let's try this one.
Weird.
It's someone humming a tune.
What happens if we play it backwards? Okay. No.
A little pot plant, balanced on the window ledge.
It's the only plant in the entire room.
Workshop.
The entire room is made of wood.
Oh, it's not just made of wood. I think it's the actual hull of a ship.
A little hand-painted statue.
How can you tell it's hand-painted?
Well, the paints are right there on the desk. Also, I mean, no offense, but you can just tell.
Wooden carving of a man holding a sword. The model has been hand-painted, but the paint is not skillfully applied. Yellow, blue, black, and white paints were found nearby.
Nice. A real treasure chest.
How do you know there's treasure in there?
Why else would it be locked? Plus, there's a treasure map hanging directly above it. What's the deal with that painting on the front?
Not sure. We should check that treasure map too.
So... we can put in letters, number, and letters. So how does that correlate? Because 7 and I... southeast, northwest. Okay. Use the treasure map to discover the combination for the chest's padlock. Okay, so we got a dragon, bear, a palm tree, and a mountain. So, would it be this here? That's the only place, right? So it would be 3i... No, that won't be right. That can't be right. Palm tree and 2 birds. So here's a... But we don't have 2 birds. Here we got a birth. We also got 2 birds here. So we got a palm tree. We also got an X in the front. So... could it be this one? No, it can't be because we got 2 birds here, we got that, and we need the palm tree. I don't see any waves, so... This could be it, but then we don't have the 2 birds. Here we got the 2 birds, but... but how does that fit with the north and the east? So I presume that this is the mountain position, this is the palm tree and the dragon? But...
I'll come back later.
let's talk to this guy first.
A hammock. It's kind of worn out.
I would politely describe it as lived in. It's a barometer, but it's broken.
I've never seen a barometer that wasn't broken.
Puffer fish?
Yes. It's also a lamp, for some reason.
A pencil drawing of a mountain on a moonlit night.
Mood.
Sir? Can you hear me? I'm Private Detective Grimoire. I have some questions for you.
Grimoire. Good mysterious name. I'd rather like it. Felix Fellow at your beck and call.
And, this is my colleague, Sally.
Yeah, that's a perfectly good name as well.
Thanks.
If you would, Mr. Fellow, we really need to ask you about the murder.
I must say I'm rather jealous of you two.
Oh yeah? Why's that?
Out here solving mysteries, exploring new places, uncovering secret rooms, hidden treasures. That's what life is all about.
Secret rooms?
Generally speaking, you know, that sort of thing.
Yourself!
So, Felix, what exactly do you, do?
Is it not obvious? I'm an explorer. Explorer/treasure hunter. Yes, well, best in the world.
We're talking like curse statues, spike pits.
It's a little more sophisticated than that. But I've certainly seen my share of danger, if that's what you're asking.
And, if I may ask, when did you retire?
You listen here. I may be between ventures right now, but it's simply not in my nature to stay in one place for too long. I go wherever the winds of destiny take me.
Don't you live here with your wife and daughter?
Yes, well, the Fellow family has certain loyalties, and with Flora the way she is...
Nothing wrong with raising a family, Mr. Fellow.
Don't misunderstand me. Fiona and Flora are my entire world. They are the greatest treasure of all.
Uh-huh.
Yesterday.
Why on earth would you want to know about that?
The murder of Freya Fellow. The reason we're here.
Ah, right. Nasty business. Very unfortunate. I regret that I can't be of any help, but I wish you all the best in your investigation.
Hear that, Grimoire? We're done here. Let's go.
It's a simple question, Felix. I'm sure you're up to it.
Well, there's not much to tell. Mostly, I was in my room by myself, working on Flora's, working on a project.
Your room is quite close to Flora's tower. You didn't hear anything unusual?
What qualifies as unusual?
What have you got?
Statement.
It was dusk. A feeling lingered in the air. Malevolent, perhaps. Uncertain, as life itself.
Abridged version, please.
Right, fine. I heard someone heading down the stairs, just outside my room. The footsteps were calm, orderly, so I thought nothing of it. Shortly afterward, I heard a second set of footsteps, going the same way. This time I could tell just from the sound that something was wrong. So I looked out into the hallway. I got a glimpse of Poppy disappearing down the staircase to the floor below. Didn't know what to make of it, to be honest. I thought perhaps she'd had a disagreement with Fitz, as I know those two are close. So I looked into his room, just in case, but it was empty, as was the garden beyond his window. Back in the hallway, I bumped into a very concerned-looking Penelope. She was heading up Fellow Tower to find Professor Pointer, so I escorted her. We went into Flora's room. Poor Freya was laying on the floor. Fiona, Poppy, Fitz, and Pointer were there already. Flora, too, of course. Soon enough, everyone else made their excuses and left.
Including you?
Not I. I stayed. Flora needed me.
Let's ask him about Flora.
Dearest Flora, a remarkable woman. Yes, been married over 20 years now.
You two still get on?
Of course. What a question.
She hasn't gone quiet on you.
It's true she has an independent streak. She's had it her whole life. She's the youngest of 3. Always something of a lone wolf, you know? Just the way she is.
Lone wolf is putting it lightly. She doesn't seem to want to talk to anyone.
She just likes time to herself, away from the company of other humans.
Other humans?
Well, yes, other people, you know.
Felix.
You're the one currently basking in his presence. You tell me.
Let's move on.
Freya.
Uncommonly skilled as an artist, but Freya was so much more than her talent. She helped me get started with my own painting, you know. It taught me what she knew about wood carving, too. Tremendous patience. She was ever so good with dear Flora.
Freya and Flora were close?
Oh, yes, especially recently.
How are you related to Freya?
Somewhat distantly, as it happens. My father, Lord Fellow, was her grandfather. Technically, that makes her a fellow. Let's just say there was some discussion over whether she ought to carry the name at all. There's a family tree in the Grand Hall. You should take a look at it.
What about her inheritance?
Freya's parents died when she was around 3 years old. She came to live here shortly afterwards.
Nobody left her a thing?
I'm afraid not. She had no formal claim over anything at Tangle Tower.
What about all the clues?
Charming, isn't it? Yes. Built by the Remington family originally. Dear Flora's father and his associates.
But now it's owned by you? By the Fellow family?
The Fellows and the Pointers have both come to claim a certain degree of ownership.
And who named it Tangle Tower?
Flora chose the name.
What does it mean?
I think it was her intention that it mean nothing at all. Something of a fresh start.
From what?
This really isn't for me to say, but she had some kind of disagreement with her siblings. After they moved away, Flora changed the name of the house. I think perhaps she hoped it would make them feel unwelcome, is less likely to come back.
That's kind of extreme.
Yes, it is rather, isn't it?
Case file.
What's this?
It's my case file. It's how I know what I'm supposed to be doing.
You mean to say you're bound by the limits of what's written in this little document? Sounds dreadful.
I found it comforting.
Art statue.
Rather ugly, isn't it, as far as statues go? Years of wind and rain have not been kind to it either.
Do you know what it is? The creature, I mean.
It's connected to the Remington family history in some way, but I can't recall.
Mammoth's tape.
That looks like it might belong to Poppy. I'm as confused as you are.
Painted portrait.
It would have been a beautiful painting. It's rather a shame Freya was unable to finish it.
Nothing about it seems strange to you.
Well, all these modern paintings are slightly strange, aren't they? The emotion of the piece taking over from, say, anatomical accuracy.
What about the knife in Flora's hand?
A knife? That's what you see?
You don't?
Well, as I was saying, Freya's artistic approach distorts certain shapes. Hard to say exactly what we're looking at.
Brush and palette.
It's unlike her to leave paint on the brush.
I think we'll give her a pass, given the circumstances.
Ah, yes. So we shall.
Freya's painting.
Looks like Freya's paints.
Do you know why the pots are cracked down one side?
No, that's very odd. They're normally in excellent condition.
You seem pretty sure about that.
Empty
Does
egg.
Flora normally keep something in here?
She must do, but I admit I've never managed to work out what.
Why not just ask her?
I feel like if somebody keeps something locked away in a ceramic egg, it's because they don't want to be asked about it.
Rules to live by.
Flora's quite fond of that old thing. It's in poor shape, though.
Do you know what happened to it?
Can't say I do. That looks like it might belong to Poppy. I've been carving for a couple of years now. I was hopeless when I started, but it didn't take me long to master it, as you can see.
Do you paint them yourself too?
I do indeed. Freya kindly taught me the basics. Nowadays, I can make just about anything I can imagine. Of course, this particular model is a self-portrait based on hard fact.
Hard fact, huh? So, you own a sword, Felix?
Of course. I own a great many. But my weapons are stored well away from Tangle Tower. Safety first and all that.
Shelf junk. Nice.
How do you know
My
that?
else? Plus, there's a treasure map hanging.
Let's look at it again. So I'm thinking H3. No. I presume it's this one, right? But
Nothing.
Did you check the treasure map for clues? And what about that painting on the chest itself?
Like H3. But I don't understand the north part. I would assume it's this one, right? You know, we have the bird, we got the treasure, or the island with the cross in the middle, and the palm tree in the back. Or is it F2? But then I don't understand the north part here. Because this has the compass direction, right? So how does this fit with a position, a set of coordinates, H3, and then the compass? Is it I3 then?
Still locked.
I think there's a connection between the painting, like they're different versions of the same thing, maybe?
I know. Could it be E2? But then I don't understand the thing with E2W?
That was incorrect.
The padlock has 3 different inputs.
Uh-huh.
A letter, a number, and a compass direction. It's just a grid reference for the map.
I know. M4 North? I don't know, because
That was
The padlock, just a grid reference for the map.
so the dragon is here, the palm tree is here, the mountain is here, and the island is here. So I would guess it would be I3, and then we need the 2 pigeons or whatever, eagles or whatever it is, right here. And there's no difference between the... There's no difference between the pictures of the birds. There's also waves. Could it be... just trying to understand. I understand the grid reference, but I don't understand the compass. What does the compass represent? The direction that he's looking at? So, if we look at this seems to fit the picture except without the birds. And I don't know if the waves count. Here we also have a dragon. We got the island, we got the palm tree, but we don't have the mountain. Here we got the mountain, we got the birds, we got the dragon, we got the island, but we don't have the palm tree. So I'm just trying to understand, how do we puzzle it together? And I don't understand the... Is it the direction that we're looking at? Because here we got the island, we got the birds and the palm tree, but we don't have the waves. Here we got the waves and the birds and the mountain, but we don't have the island. Here we got the waves and the palm tree. Don't got any dragons. Here we got... So this could also be the thing, but where's the palm tree? So I'm just trying to understand the reference of where to put the coordinates. Like, is it this one? That is one... Use the treasure map to discover the combination for the chest padlock. So what I'm trying to understand, do I have to... The position, does it have to be in the middle of this here? Or does it have to be the red cross? Because then it's I4, but then I still need the direction. So is it a I4N for the birds? Like...
That was
The
incredible.
padlock has 3 different inputs.
A letter.
A letter, a number, and a compass direction. It's just a grid reference for the map.
So... Or is it I4E? Like...
That was
The
incredible.
padlock just a grid reference for the map.
Is it E3N? Like... This is what I don't quite understand with the puzzle. Where do I put in... Use the treasure map to discover the combination for the chest padlock. So is it X cross the... X marks the spot? Just want to quit.
Let's take a break.
It doesn't show me where the puzzles are. We should search the workshop. This is where I am.
The entire room is made of
Oh,
wood.
it's not just I think it's the actual hull of a ship.
A lot of redundant light sources in here. A lot of redundant light sources in here. The entire room is made
Oh,
of...
it's not just I think it's the actual hull of a ship. The floor is covered in wood shavings.
A little hand-painted stuff.
How can you tell it's
Well,
hand-
the paint. Also, I mean, no offense, but you can just tell. It's a drinking horn.
Is it full of ale? Or mead, maybe?
Right now, it's just full of dust.
Oh. A map with a dotted line and an X mark.
That's a very boring way to describe a treasure map. The entire room is made of
Oh,
wood.
it's not just I think it's the actual hull of a ship. What is it?
He's an imp.
What does he do?
Well, if you tell too many lies, he appears at the end of your bed in the middle of the night.
Oh.
Nice.
How do you know?
Plus, there's a treasure map hanging. Nothing.
Did you check the treasure map for clues? And what about that painting on the chest itself?
Dragon, palm tree, birds, now. Okay. I would say this fits it. We just don't have the birds. Here we don't have the birds. Here we have the birds. But we don't have a dragon. So this is what I'm trying to figure out. It said X marks the spot, so if I want to have this, and what is the direction? So does it mean that if I want to look at the painting, but then it doesn't fit? So this is like, is it, if I want to take this, it will be H6. But H6E, because then I will be looking at the north, so
Still locked.
I think there's like there are different versions of the same thing.
That was
The padlock is just a grid reference for the map.
So is it I4 or I3? If I want to look at this, is it I4 or I3?
That was
The padlock is just a grid reference for the map.
That was
The padlock just a grid reference for the map.
That was
The padlock just a grid reference for the map.
That was
The padlock just a grid reference for the map.
That was
The padlock just a grid reference for the map.
That was
The padlock just a grid reference for the map.
That was
The padlock just a grid reference for the map.
That was
The padlock just a grid reference for the map.
That was
The padlock just a grid reference for the map.
Then I don't understand this puzzle. Okay, so if we look at this again, here we got the dragon. We got the palm tree. But this doesn't fit either. Right? This doesn't fit. Here we got the mountain, but I don't see a dragon nearby. So if I look at the position, the dragon should be close to the island, and the rock should be a bit further away. So the dragon has to be close to the island. But then again, it's a matter of perspective. Here it's close to the island. I have no clue.
That was
The padlock's just a grid reference for the map.
That was
The padlock's just a grid reference for the map.
That
The
was
padlock's just a grid reference for the map.
That was
The padlock's just a grid reference for the map.
I'm gonna write this down and then come back for it, because I don't understand. Felix Workshop. I'm just writing this down so I know where I leave the puzzles behind. I don't see any ship nearby. I just see the two birds, the palm tree. And this would fit perfectly, except there's no birds. This could also be it. Here's the palm tree and the bird. And the island. But then what is the coordinates? Is it F6? And then what is the direction? F6 north?
That was
The padlock is just a grid reference for the map.
That was
The padlock's just a grid reference for the map.
That was
The padlock's just a grid reference for the map.
That
The
was
padlock's just a grid reference for the map.
That was
The padlock's just a grid reference for the map.
I'm gonna leave this. I don't understand this puzzle. Or I think I do, but The only place where the birds are in the same alignment with the palm tree is here. Right? You don't have anything where the birds are... So here's the birds with the palm tree. We got the waves and we got the mountain. And we got the island here. So it's just... But I tried F6 already. Is it H6? G6? I don't know. Or is it here where he looks at this direction? So is it I6 north? Like I6 west? That's what I don't understand about this puzzle. Where did I put in the coordinates? Is it on the X? Or is it in the middle of everything? So is it a F6? Or is it G6? Or is it H6?
That was
The padlock is just a grid reference for the map.
There we go.
H6 west.
Perfect.
So that is done. That was...
What was in the box?
More wooden models. These are a little different to the one on the desk.
A model reassembling a child with green hair. A model reassembling a woman with gray hair. A model representing a red and white bird. A model reassembling a broad-shouldered man. The wooden models have been hand-painted and weight is not skillfully applied. A pot of red paint and a brush is laying nearby. So let's ask him about the,
Ah, you found it. What do you think, huh? I had to rush the final touches a little bit. It turned out all right, though.
What's it supposed to be?
It's Flora, of course, surrounded by all her favorite people.
Hey, Flora. What happens if I show Flora the models?
You haven't seen this yet, have you?
It's a little model of you. Who were the other people next to you?
No.
Locked.
Oh, we can only go... Okay, so let's go in here. It did mention something down below, right? Freya's room. And I need to get some coffee, so I'll be right back. So, I'm back. Last cup of coffee. What do we got here?
That painting is really something.
Why would you want it looming over your bed like that?
Maybe Freya enjoyed the atmosphere it creates.
The atmosphere of chaos and oppression?
Hang on.
Oh,
There's a smaller version down by the floor.
It's a photograph.
sorry. I'm eating a snack. A small photograph of Freya's abstract painting. A piece of adhesive tape is stuck on it. Mine has been drawn with black ink around the edges. Okay.
That painting.
Why would
Maybe
you
Freya.
be
Hang
atmos-
on. There's a smaller.
It's a photograph.
Okay.
It's a fish, I think?
I think it looks more like a whale.
Fine, it's a whale.
Could also be a shark.
So here we have a bear claw. I'm going to go into his room. Is there any obvious sign here? No.
A pillow with a paw print pattern.
It's a cushion.
Yeah, but that doesn't alliterate. Drawings, taped up on the wall.
What's that one on the left?
Looks like two people standing together in a garden. One of them's holding a red rose.
A drawing of a man standing with a woman in a garden. He's holding a red rose. A drawing of a young woman. A drawing of a person wearing a cloak. Fifi and Poppy and Hawkshaw.
Freya's bear.
Looks pretty depressed.
Aw.
He's had a rough couple of days.
Okay.
Painting supplies.
It's Freya's bed. Little bit messy.
It's a perfectly healthy amount of messy.
It's a little glass box.
I think it's a vivarium.
Come again?
See the leaves and twigs in there? Might have been for keeping insects.
That's weird.
What did you find in the drawers?
Nothing. They're completely empty. Not the kind of lamp I choose for my bedroom, but fair enough.
It's cool. Looks like old mining equipment or something.
Freya's plants. They must not need sunlight? It's a little wooden box for paintbrushes.
To the casual observer, maybe. They're not real paintbrushes. Looks like they're part of some kind of lock mechanism.
Swap the brushes in the correct order. Arrange the paper to find the clue. This can't be right. This doesn't make any sense. One, two, three, four, five, six. So if this is position 1, oh, so the green and the blue are in the middle, and something in between. So we can't change the height on them. We can only swap their position. So if green and blue are the same height, we don't have any green and blue on the same height. And I don't see any orange, for that matter. I see 2 pinks, but I don't see any orange. And I don't understand, why are the heights the same here? I would have assumed that the heights are different. Unless this means the tallest one and then the 2... No, we don't have anything that are the same height except the blue, and the 2 greens are the same height. Just trying to understand if there's other ways to assemble the puzzle.
Nothing.
Did you find a hint on those scraps of paper? It looks like a ripped up jigsaw puzzle.
But I don't see any orange, so how does the orange fit in here? Here's the white brush, so we have two white brushes. So if this is the height, this is what I don't understand about this, because if this is the determinant of the height, and this is the shortest one, and this is the tallest one, but I don't see any orange. I see two greens, I see two blues, I see two pinks. I don't see any difference between these two colors. And according to this, the green and the blue should be the same height, which doesn't fit. Because there's no green and blue with the same height. And then I don't understand this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, so it fits here. What happens if I do something crazy like this? No. And we're back to square one. I have a sneaky suspicion that the puzzle is assembled incorrectly. We got 6 brushes. So the shortest one would be this. Then the next tallest will have to be green, but I presume that this was the green, the white brush, so it has to go here. You think the devs made up? I don't know. But then I don't understand here. Because if this is a measuring scale, like the shortest one, the next tallest, and so forth, then we should have 2 with the same height, with 2 different colors. Blue. No. So if this is the shortest one, then we have to have something that is purple that is...
That was incorrect.
Each brush has various characteristics. Height, the information we need is on the paper. Once it's been rearranged, I mean.
So something doesn't add up here. That's why I think the jigsaw puzzle is wrong. Because according to this... This is what I don't quite understand. So if this is the shortest one, but we only have 3 different heights. We have 3 different heights, so how does that fit with 6?
Still locked.
So, the paper jigsaw puzzle shows the position of various characteristics of the brushes. There's a couple of brushes with each characteristic, but only one perfect.
Still locked.
So, there's a couple of brushes with each characteristic.
Do you see anything, Braxton? Something obvious? So we got two wide ones. One with a long shaft and one with a small shaft. Unless, of course, the jigsaw puzzle, I assembled the jigsaw puzzle incorrectly. I was looking at the paint. I just don't see how I can assemble the puzzle in different ways. Because this doesn't fit here. This one fits. This doesn't fit. This doesn't fit either. I don't see where this should go. This one is also wrong. So I don't see that... No, I can't right-click on them, or... I can right-click but nothing happens. So I don't see I can reassemble the puzzles in different ways. Because if I take this shape here, doesn't seem to fit. This doesn't fit down here either. Definitely doesn't fit. This doesn't fit. This does fit, but then we're back to square one. Doesn't fit either. So I don't see I can assemble the puzzles or the pieces in different ways than we've already done. Yeah. I just can't get the pieces to fit in either way. I can do be something creative, but that doesn't really... Putting them together in a way you didn't expect? Maybe. But then again, the colors confuse me. Because we don't have any pink or orange, so I'm just trying to... Does that button left fit? Okay, sorry. But then we're back to square one. That's where I had the pieces before. So this is the original setup. I still think that this one here has to somewhat fit in the bottom. Right? Because if that's the measurement, we have 3 different heights, right? We have 3 different heights. So having these on the same line doesn't make any sense, in my opinion. I would believe that this should be in the bottom somewhere, and then this should be in the top somewhere. I don't know if you see where I'm going at, but... Now we're back to square one. Yep. I'm gonna worry about the shape some and try to work out the paper. Shapes. Oh, paper. Yeah. Like it, some sentence or math? That's a good question. I see two uncolored. I see the same thing. That's what's. But if I look at the brushes, we don't have any. What allures me is this thing here. You got an orange and a pink. So two blobs could be. But then again, he says the shape and the bristle. And that what eludes me because this could fit with the green one. This could also fit with the blue one. Like this black here could be either of these two. And a white one, a white bristle could be these two. And if we're going after height, like if this is a scale, we got six brushes and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And a scale of 1 to 6. But, and it doesn't fit if we mix the colors, right? Because so is this position 1, but then it doesn't make any sense because we don't have any orange.
Still locked.
So, the paper jigsaw puzzle shows the position of various characteristics of the brushes.
Yeah.
There's a couple of brushes with each characteristic, but only one perfect solution.
Swap the brushes in the correct order. Arrange the paper to find the clue. It would be kind of nice if he said puzzle seems to be assembled correctly or something that could indicate to me if I've done it correctly or not. And I can't click on any of these arrows, I can only move the brushes. So it can't be vertically, because that's only 4 positions, right? So the clue has to go horizontally, right? From left to right. And if this is the scale of how high the brushes are, and there are 3 heights. One, 2, 3. Then it doesn't make sense. 1, 2, 3. One height, 2 height, 3 height. There's 3 different heights, but there's 6 rows.
Still locked.
So, there's a couple of brushes with each.
Still locked.
So, there's a couple of brushes with each.
The shortest one, then a green one, then something blue.
Still locked.
So, there's a couple of brushes with each.
Still locked.
So, there's a couple of brushes with each.
Still locked.
So, there's a couple of brushes with each.
This is what annoys me. I don't know if the pieces are put together correctly, or this is what annoys me. And I don't see how that should help me, because there are 3 different colors. Yet I see 4 colors on the puzzle, or the pieces, the paper pieces. So this is what I don't understand. I see 4 colors on the paper, but there's only 3 colors with the brushes. Unless, of course, these 2 pieces are different colors, which I don't see there's a significant difference between these 2 colors. Oh, handle colors, you might be right. I didn't think of that. So, if we got a brush with this, so our orange handle so the shortest one, damn, I didn't see the handles. That's a good point. And something with the blue. So, but then this still eludes me, because does this mean that's the shortest one? But we still only have 3 different heights. So does this mean that this is the purple handle with a brush? So this one, in position 3 perhaps? Then we got something with a green that makes a dollop. That could be this one. Then we have something blue. This can't be right.
Still locked.
So, there's a couple of brushes with each.
So if this is the color of the handle and this is the... No, that can't be right.
Still locked.
So, there's a couple of brushes with each.
Still locked.
So, there's a couple of brushes with each.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Still locked.
So, there's a couple of brushes with each.
I did it. What do I win?
Not bad.
Damn, I didn't check the handles.
What was in the box?
Just a photograph. Well, most of a photograph.
Oh, a photograph of 2 young girls, one with red hair, the other with green hair. Has a large piece missing, ripped off. And I noticed there is a bear claw here. Did we do it? Yes, we did.
We already solved it.
Ah. You were right about the handles. I was hoping for a more satisfying ending. What happens if we ask him about the picture we found? I didn't check the handles. I was so focusing on the brushes.
Freya was quite the talent. She had a way of capturing the spirits of her subjects. Not in an evil way, in a good way. My daughter Fiona and her best friend, they grow up so fast.
Do you know why it's ripped like that?
Ah, yes. I didn't even notice. No idea.
What about if we show her? Oh, we haven't asked her about Felix.
We met Felix, your husband. He's one of our suspects, and he seems pretty suspicious if you ask me. So, if you want to stick up for him, now's your chance.
Nice try.
Let's ask her about her drawings. No response.
This is a photo of Fifi, isn't it? Your daughter?
Okay. Let's go down here. Got here.
It's an illustrated book about birds.
It's been left open. Looks like somebody was halfway through reading it.
Or it was left open for us to find.
Ever so slightly unnerving.
The ink dip is a remarkable intelligent bird with a very long lifespan even among avian mystids. Other birds are often aggressive towards it, and the ink dip lives most of its life alone. It has a particular feeding habits, and it usually only eats the seed of Tantum emechica.
Books about birds.
The shelves are about half empty.
Oh, so you're a the shelves are half empty kind of person.
You knew this already.
Books about...
Nature?
Books about space.
They're relatively untouched. Books about insects.
Well, theoretically. There's not a single book on that shelf.
Huh. Books about insects.
Well, there's not a single
Huh.
Books about geography.
Skip.
Books about geography.
Books about ancient history?
These books are ancient history. I think they'd crumble into dust if I tried to pick them up.
Good excuse.
Thanks.
There's a book down here.
A book on the floor. Fundamental entomology.
I guess somebody dropped it.
Is that a snow globe?
Of sorts. Hey, look at that. It's a model of Tangle Tower. There's the lake and those weird mountains. What are you thinking?
That would make an amazing souvenir.
Hey, look at that. It's a model. What are you thinking?
That would make an amazing... What's in those bottles?
I'm not sure. Soil samples?
Sure. Why not build a science lab in the corner of the library?
The search for new knowledge. The archiving of old knowledge. It's downright poetic.
A chalkboard.
Is this a library or a classroom?
Any idea what this means?
Not a clue.
Math equations.
Don't look at them for too long. You'll give yourself a headache.
Any idea what this means?
Not a clue.
Math.
Don't look at them. You'll give yourself a headache.
I'm not sure I learned anything from that.
Curious. I would expect bacteria of that nature to thrive in these conditions.
Excuse me.
Taking all the environmental factors into account, there must be something I am still missing.
May I talk to you? Miss?
She knows we're here. She just doesn't care.
I am a detective, and I need to talk.
Correction. You do not need to talk to me,
Oh no? How come?
because I am not a suspect. I am completely innocent of any and all crimes.
Thanks for letting me know.
Speaking of which, you have now been at Tangle Tower for over 23 minutes. Surely you have already reached a sturdy hypothesis.
A hypothesis? About the murder?
Yeah, come on, Grimoire, hurry up.
My apologies. Unfortunately, protocol dictates I must at least meet all the suspects. And that includes you. So, could you tell me your name?
Fifi Fellow, microbiologist, inventor, innovator.
Yourself.
You will need to be more specific. Oneself cannot be summarized in a single response without doing one a great disservice.
So true.
Well, first of all, you're a fellow. So does that make you the daughter of...
Correct. My father and mother are named Flora and Felix, but you need not question either of them. It will only waste valuable time. Neither of them are capable of murder.
Thanks for the tip.
Fifi, you said you were a micro... something or other?
Microbiologist, but it is an insignificant label. My studies cannot be categorized in any one recognized field.
What made you want to become a scientist in the first place?
I harbor an intrinsic fascination with the microscopic. I constructed my first one at age 10.
Constructed a microscope?
Correct.
And what's that thing on your head? Did you make that too?
My eyesight began to deteriorate when I turned 12. Not satisfied with the eyeglasses prescribed to me, I designed this custom lens instead. It automatically adjusts based on the surrounding light conditions.
Does it glow red when you get angry?
No, but that would be most amusing.
Yesterday.
What can you tell me about the murder?
What can you tell me about... Wait, that's what I'm supposed to ask you.
Yes, however, you were too slow.
You fancy yourself a detective too, Fifi?
I just need to know what happened.
Me too. So talk.
Fine. I knew ahead of time that Freya was going to be busy with her painting all day, so I had planned to spend the afternoon with Poppy. I was in the library all morning preparing the equipment for an experiment, only to find out that Poppy had made other plans and she was in fact planning to ignore me completely.
Oh.
So what did you do instead?
I locked myself in my room and cried.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
Why?
I don't know, it just sounds kind of sad.
It is not unusual.
Oh. Good.
I
Statement.
was in my room. The lights were off and the door was locked. Someone began banging on the door. I ignored it until the someone began shouting at me. I opened the door. Poppy came into my room. Her makeup was leaking. She told me Freya was dead. I did not believe it. I thought she was playing a trick on me, so I punched her in the face. She insisted that we go up to Flora's tower. We left the room, and Poppy's father was waiting outside. He followed us upstairs. When I saw Freya lying on the floor, I was completely and utterly devastated. Then, I took a sample of the red paint on the unfinished painting. Poppy and I took the sample back downstairs to the library. We performed a test and found out that it was, in fact, blood.
You performed that scientific test immediately, even though you were feeling so upset?
Of course. Why would one affect the other?
Wow. Let's ask her about Flora.
Name, Flora Fellow. Age, 44. Profession, unknown. Likes, unknown. Dislikes, unknown.
Isn't she your mother? How do you not know anything?
I believe other people may have discovered methods of reaching her, but I have little capacity for interpreting nonverbal communication.
And
Oh.
how long has Flora been... non-verbal?
She has always been quiet, willing to speak when necessary, but not more.
So what happened to make her stop talking entirely?
She suffered a great loss, something she has been unable to move beyond.
Felix?
Name, Felix Fellow. Age, 53. Profession, none. Likes, collecting objects of negligible monetary value and assigning them personal value. Dislikes, the inescapable realities of human existence. Notes, Felix is my father and legal guardian.
And, is he a good dad?
I have no point of comparison, but I would say no.
No? Why not?
You asked me a binary question. Do not get upset that I provided one of the two possible answers.
What makes him a bad father, Fifi?
He has trouble expressing his emotions, and something of a willful detachment from reality.
Huh. Just like you, then.
Grimoire.
No, he is quite correct.
Freya.
Name, Freya Fellow. Age, 19. Profession, artist. Deceased. Understand this. Most people find me difficult. They exhibit a noticeable degree of discomfort when talking to me. There it is. Freya, who had a way of being an exception to any given rule, was not at all like this. She is very important, and I will not rest until I understand what has happened to her.
Did you spend a lot of time with Freya recently?
I will say this. In the past year, Freya became 1. Increasingly independent, and 2. Increasingly isolated.
Do you know why?
I do not. If you are looking for a speculative, empathetic opinion, try asking Poppy instead.
The three of you are friends.
We are of a similar age, and all highly gifted. 1 scientist, 1 artist, and 1 musician.
Sounds like quite a team.
Fifi.
Name, Fiona Fellow. Age, 19. Profession, amateur microbiologist. Likes, the meaningful archiving of information. Dislikes, the superfluous window dressing accompanying the majority of human contact. Notes, kindly disregard the polysyllabic form of my given forename and refer to me instead as Fifi.
How come you prefer Fifi?
How come you prefer Grimoire?
How are you related to the other fellows?
Fitz is my cousin. His father, a man named Flint, was my uncle.
Was?
I do not know if Flint is alive or not. He left Tangle Tower a long time ago.
And what about Freya? How are you related to her?
We share exactly 1 grandparent.
What about all the stuff?
What is your opinion of Tangle Tower?
Oh, it's impressive. Elaborate gardens, unique architecture.
Must be worth a fortune.
Why do you ask, Fifi?
I am the heir of the Fellow family and the Remington family. This makes me the sole beneficiary of Tangle Tower.
That's quite an inheritance.
Killer.
Can't make you do anything, Fifi. If you don't want the house, just tell them. Or just sell it. Who cares?
You sound like her.
Case file.
I require facts. What do you know?
Well, we know Freya was stabbed with a knife, and then she fell.
Correction. She was stabbed with something. There was no knife found at the crime scene.
Apart from the one in the painting.
Which, as a mere abstract representation, does not count. Nobody has ever been stabbed by the concept of a knife.
The harp
The
staff.
statue itself does not interest me, but I do wish to know about those symbols on the harp. Have you deciphered their meaning yet?
We're working on it.
We are?
This belongs to Poppy. In fact, she owns a number of cassette tapes.
What happened to it, though?
It has been left underwater for an extended period of time.
Right. But why?
I do not know why.
Open letter.
Curious. Freya is normally highly skilled at capturing someone's likeness, but in this painting, she has accidentally made Flora look quite young.
I think she was just being kind.
Why is that kind? Anyway, I'm far more interested in what Flora is holding. I performed the test on the red paint myself. I discovered that it was in fact not paint, but blood.
What made you want to test it in the first place?
It was Poppy. She told me she thought the painting looked like a bloody knife. I told her not to be ridiculous. My mother owns no such knife. But then I noticed that the color was slightly too dark, and the substance itself was overly viscous.
You noticed that just from looking at it once?
Of course.
Brush and palette.
The red paint on the brush is not paint. It is blood. Same for the palette.
So Freya added the blood to the painting herself?
Or blood got on the brush and palette some other way?
I do not know the answer.
Freya's paint.
Fifi, did you test the red paint in this pot?
Yes, I did. I discovered it too was blood, not paint.
A whole pot full of blood?
Not a whole pot. It is only partially full.
Yeah, but still. Doesn't that freak you out?
No. In fact, it may be considered rather reassuring.
How? Empty egg.
That belongs to my mother. I think she must be fond of eggs. There are a number of egg-shaped carvings to be found in the garden and in the Grand Hall.
Yeah, what's the deal with all the eggs?
Some people just like eggs. The gramophone belongs to Poppy, but I believe she gave it to my mother, and my mother often loaned it to Freya. Or maybe it is the other way around.
When did it get cracked?
I cannot pinpoint it exactly. All I know is that it must have happened sometime in the last 2 days.
Cracked tape.
Is she laughing?
Painted
A
model.
wooden carving of my father, made by my father. Although, now that I look at it, I do not understand how he was able to paint the red parts without any red paint.
Painted model.
It is a model of Freya, made by my father.
A model of Flora, you mean?
And a man with a beard. And a little red and white creature.
Why would my father make a model of Freya?
Photo of painting.
I believe Freya was attempting to communicate something through this painting.
Any idea what it was?
I am not the person to ask. All I see is a blood-red mountain with angry storm clouds brewing above it. As such, I cannot ascertain any meaning from it whatsoever.
Freya's drawing.
There is a drawing of me, a drawing of Detective Hawkshaw, and a drawing of Poppy and Fitz. This photograph is my favorite photograph.
So, why'd you rip it in half?
That was not me. Besides, it was not a half that was ripped off. It was only a third.
Oh.
Do you know who was reading this book?
It belongs to my mother.
And she left it in the library?
No, my mother has not been in the library for some time.
So we asked her about everything.
Fifi's bedroom should be unlocked now.
Can't wait.
Later.
There's something about Felix's painting supplies. Something suspicious.
Let's ask him about it.
Later.
There's something about the image of Flora in the painting. Something suspicious.
Let's ask her about it.
Not now. Oh, we can interrogate him? Suspicion.
So, about this paint we found in your room.
Nothing suspicious about it. I used it to paint, obviously. Totally normal thing to do.
We never said it was suspicious.
Come on then, out with it. What exactly are you accusing me of?
It's not your paint pot? It's not the right color?
It's not your paint pot. Did you take it from somewhere else?
What on earth? It's definitely mine. I even have proof. Look, the lid matches the ones on all my other paint pots. End of discussion.
That's not the end of the discussion.
We need a clue to compare with Felix's red paint. Something to prove who it actually belongs to. Let's take a closer look at this.
Freya's paint. No. It's the other way around. Oh. It's exactly at the same. Was stolen and replaced with Felix, but the lips.
Freya's red paint pot was stolen and replaced with Felix's red paint pot, but the lids were swapped to hide it.
That red paint is from Freya's supplies, not yours. Swapping the lids doesn't hide what you did.
Why are you bothering me about paint anyway? And none of this is connected to your murder.
Red paint blood was used to fill up red paint brush. Blood was used to fill up this red paint blood.
Blood was used to fill up this red paint pot before Freya used it to paint Flora. Nope.
And then locked away?
Blood was used to fill up this. That's not right. Blood was used to fill up. That's not right either. Blood was used to fill up. That's not right either. Blood was used to fill up this red paint pot before Freya used it to paint. That's not right either. Blood was used to fill up. That's not right either. Blood was used to. That's not right either. Blood was used. That's not right either. Blood was used to fill up. That's not right either. Blood was used to fill. That's not right either. Blood was used. That's not right either. Blood was used to fill up this. That's not right either. Blood was somehow filled with all of the paint pots after Freya used it to paint Flora. That's not right either. This red paint pot was somehow filled with blood after Freya almost. Maybe just change. This red paint pot almost. Maybe. This red paint pot almost. This red paint pot was somehow filled with blood before Freya used it to paint Flora.
Oh, that's definitely something. Right, fine. Here's the story. I was busy working on a project when I suddenly realized I had run out of red paint. There was a certain amount of time pressure, so I politely asked Freya if I could borrow hers. Just for a little while, you know, perfectly reasonable request.
But she said no.
I tried to explain why I needed it, but she didn't seem to care. So, well, I took Freya's red paint pot and swapped it with my own empty one.
You went into her room?
Not my proudest moment, but it's just paint. I didn't touch anything else.
And the paint pot you left behind was definitely empty?
Quite. I have absolutely no idea how it got blood in it, if that's what you're asking.
Why were you in such a hurry to get a hold of red paint anyway?
I was trying to finish this in time for Flora's birthday. I needed red to paint the final details.
Could you not have just used a different color?
Out of the question. It had to be red and white.
If you managed to finish it, why haven't you given it to Flora yet?
Well, I decided against it in the end. After what happened, seemed a bit insensitive.
Can we ask him about other things? Ask him about Fifi.
My daughter Fiona, our little burgeoning genius. You've met her?
We did. She's going by Fifi these days.
So I've heard. I asked her some weeks ago, what's wrong with your real name? She told me, get this, she wanted a name with an even number of syllables. She makes up the strangest things when she's under pressure.
What makes you think she made that up?
I happen to know the real reason she prefers Fifi over Fiona.
Oh yeah?
It's what Freya called her. Where did you find that?
It was in the library.
Really? How odd.
You know what? I think I'm gonna lock off for now. We still got this to explore, and this to explore, and this to explore, and we have to have this. So I'm definitely gonna say goodnight. How do I exit the game? Ah, here. Wait to title screen. Good night, Braxton.